We'll get on to the next segment of this show now. It's time to talk about running backs. We're having trouble ranking. We're having trouble ranking these Commanders backs. We already talked about that. Kyle, which running back are you having trouble ranking for Week 11?
Elijah Mitchell. And you may not have known this, but in fact, he looks like the lead back for the San Francisco 49ers. The fact that the 49ers go out and trade what I think Corain said a few weeks ago, based on most of the trade charts, whether it's like the basic Jimmy Johnson or like PFS more advanced ones, looks like about a first round pick to give up for him. Plus, assuming, he's still on the team for the next year or two, a hefty amount of salary, and then go out and split the backfield. And after the game, Kyle Shanahan said he wants them to be even in carries. Kind of blows my mind. I guess, from a standpoint of now you have Christian McCaffrey, I actually get it. He still saw 6 targets. He still got, I believe, 14 carries or something like that. That is a strong workload for an efficient player when you can also bring in Elijah Mitchell, who is another efficient player, and you're not losing a ton of production. I'm just shocked that they spent as much as they did to have a backfield by committee. But if Eli Mitchell's going to be a true, 15 carry a game kind of guy, in this scheme that has been so efficient and can put up points and get him in the red zone, I mean, how close to a top 24 back is he? I still don't think he's there, but I think it's uncomfortably close. And this also probably drops the floor and maybe even ceiling for Christian McCaffrey from being, the first time we saw him blow up for the San Francisco 49ers, I was like, oh, he's the RB1, no doubt going forward. I'm probably back to flipping Eckler over him, probably back to flipping Barkley over him, maybe even Henry. So now he moves down to that 5, 6, 7 range.
Yeah, I would say just McCaffrey's in the RB 4 to 6 range right now. And I just have a sneaking suspicion, despite Kyle Shanahan's, history, despite his words, this is going to be a high watermark for Elijah Mitchell. And this just might have been a game plan they did not deviate from, where, the Chargers cannot stop the run. They stopped the run a lot better than usual against the 49ers. They still had trouble with the run. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that it's just a total onslaught of carries, and Elijah Mitchell had a productive night, but it just strikes me as lies.
I mean, Debo got in there for 4 carries and 27 yards too, so he's still in there getting, he's getting some of that too. But like you say, Pat, for this week, I'm gonna see what happens, see what they do. I'm gonna keep Christian McCaffrey in that range, 5 to 7, somewhere in there. And if that happens again, if this touch split happens again,
there will be hell to pay, Kyle.
It's going to be hell to pay.
There will be hell to pay.
We got some talking to do. We got to do some. Christian McCaffrey did play 64% of the snaps as opposed to Elijah Mitchell's 36%. So, I mean, that's that part I'm not too shocked about. I would have thought it would have been more 70-30, but that's because Elijah Mitchell could play. He's good. If he doesn't get hurt week 1 and he goes on to play, I don't even know if they ever trade for Christian McCaffrey. They might just be still rolling with Eli Mitchell and then Jeff Wilson. They might be rolling that way, but this is a good little thing they got going for them football wise. Fantasy wise, like I say, we got to check it out again this week. And if it's similar to this, then somebody got some splaining to do.
I will stop watching the NFL if Elijah Mitchell outcarries Christian McCaffrey again, even though, like you said, he is a good player. So it's time to play favorite game. Elijah Mitchell at the Arizona Cardinals this weekend, or Damian Harris at home against the New York Jets?
Definitely
Eli.
Mitchell for me.
Yeah, Eli. I'm not that close.
Wow, really? I have Damian one spot ahead of Elijah
I
Mitchell
think
right
we
now.
have more of a Ramondre takeover than we have CMC takeover, which is a crazy thing to say.
I can't believe you just said that out loud. Elijah Mitchell at the Cardinals, AJ Dillon versus the Titans. This one's easy.
Eli, easy.
Yeah, this one's Eli for sure.
Eli.
I mean, I don't know. None of these are actually that hard.
It sounds like you got to work farther up the list.
I know. I have to move Eli.
Because what you're like, these are all Eli, right?
Yeah. I have Eli ahead of Dillon. I'll say that. Elijah Mitchell at the Cardinals, or Cordero Patterson at home against the Chicago Bears?
Patterson.
Okay, and then we're going to segue into the next one. We're going to talk about a player Lawrence wants to talk about. Elijah Mitchell at the Cardinals, or is it Isiah Pacheco at the Chargers?
Yeah. And this is why
exactly.
I don't, because this is why I picked him as my guy. I don't
just
know
lay the Pacheco spiel on us.
I mean,
why are we having trouble?
Because I don't know. Like, is this a thing now? Is this a thing where we just gives Clyde Edwards-Helaire nothing to fight for, no carries to live by? He got nothing.
You could have said, you just come out and say it, Lawrence. Nothing to live for.
Nothing to live for. What would make it easy if we knew that this was going to happen in a consecutive week? Then I just put him somewhere inside the top 20 there. But I'm like, I don't put it past these people, Andy Reid and the other guy, Bieniemy. I don't put it past any of these guys to just completely flip that script and make that Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I wouldn't put it past them. But it looks to me that since this is the first time it happened where Pacheco was clearly the team's lead back with Jerick McKinnon played in the pass catching role, he got a lot of targets and catches. It looks clear to me this time that they really want to do this. They kind of play with it the first half of the season, and now it seems like they're all in. What helped even more is he was actually efficient and effective running. It looked like they wanted to get him into a rhythm, but I just can't go on ranking him with my right mind if I don't know if that's what he's going to get again.
Yeah, it's just I'm going to rank it as if it was real.
I'm kind of doing the same thing.
You kind of got to, right?
The way Clyde Edwards-Helaire has played, like, there's no reason for this Pacheco thing to not be real. And I think if it wasn't real, Pacheco had a red zone fumble. I believe it was first drive, but if not, it was early in the game. They would have benched him after that. But he played really well for the remainder of the game and was playing well in that drive too, breaking off pretty solid chunk runs. Looked like a patient runner, like was actually hitting holes, which like the film scouts, and I've seen clips on Twitter, have showed that like at least up until this game, didn't look like he had the greatest feel as a running back. Was more of a can hit home runs, but also really gets bottled up when trying to be an efficient
he's still
runner.
Working on that.
But he looked like he'd worked some stuff out in this game. So, and you know, as you said, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 2 targets, no catches on those, no carries. They seem to have committed to it. And on the first drive, when he comes out and breaks off a 30-yard run versus this Chargers defense down like 9 defensive tackles, you're not going to put the genie back in the bottle then.
And like, I think more telling than almost anything, the Pacheco's production itself, you guys just kind of allude to. I mean, CEH played 4 snaps. So as much as like it was Pacheco taking over, it was just like a total decommitment from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And, you know, just for obvious reasons, one they had been building toward for a while. You know, it's a game too where they could have easily involved all 3 backs. They're in control of a game against the Jaguars.
That is very true. Jerick McKinnon got 1 carry.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney got 2. The tight end, Burton, tight end fullback, got a carry. Clyde Edwards-Helaire did not get a carry.
Yes, and just like this is also the time of year where you start making your move for the stretch run. You start like setting up how you want your offense to actually look for like the playoffs and the most important regular season games of the year. And it's just a very telling time of year to make a move that they have been building toward. So yeah, I'm going to put Pacheco in the top 24, and I'm sure he'll just ruin it and make me cry. And actually, very initial ranks had him as the RB 26, but I think I got to get him up.
Man, going against the Chargers run defense, go and put him inside the top 10.
Definitely against the Chargers. So are we taking Pacheco over Devin Singletary versus the Browns?
Ooh, think so. That's a good comp though. They're both like similar spots, getting all the carries on an offense that throws the football a ton, but it allows them to run efficiently. I think I would take Pacheco based on the matchup.
Those 2 touchdowns that Singletary got me tilting.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, okay? Respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.